Hey guys, Movie Fan 356 here, and today I'm going to give my thoughts on the big Comic-Con 2013 news from Warner Brothers and DC Films. Well, we all knew Man of Steel 2 was coming. That's not the big news. And we knew that, Amy Adams coming back as Lois Lane. That wasn't the big news either. But what the big news was, this is what happened at Comic-Con this year. I got a piece of hair on my head or something. What the hell? There we go. Okay, so the big news from Warner Brothers and DC Films was about Man of Steel 2. They read a passage from the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel where it's basically talking about Batman's telling Superman, I want you to remember the one guy who beat you, and he's talking about Batman. Batman beat Superman in the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, and so they read that passage, and the true hardcore fans knew what that was. So they're all like, they're getting all excited and everything, and then they suddenly post the Man of Steel logo, and then a new Batman logo behind the Man of Steel logo, saying that a Batman-Superman movie is happening. And yeah, it's not a well, it is going to be a Batman versus Superman movie, but it's not going to be called Batman versus Superman. It is Man of Steel 2. Okay, it is the sequel to Man of Steel. It's got the cast from Man of Steel in it, and it's a sequel to that. Only they're adding Batman into the mix. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. This could either go one of two ways. There's no possible way that this is going to be in the middle. It's either going to go one of two ways. It's going to be really, really bad, and we're going to get to if it's bad in a minute. Or it's going to be like a couple people have said, the biggest blockbuster of all time. The biggest blockbuster of all time, even beating the Avengers and everything else. And here's what I gotta say. If it goes really good, and it will become the biggest blockbuster of all time. It's gonna happen that way. Or if they screw this up, if DC and Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder and everybody who is in this production screws this up, DC Films is dead. Or at least it'll be dead for at least 10 years. At least 10 years. So, they need to get their heads out of their ass and really make this happen for the true fans. Now, Man of Steel was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I love Man of Steel. Man of Steel is one of my favorite movies of 2013. And so far it is my favorite movie of 2013. But it's one of my favorite movies of all time ever. So, it's not that I don't have any faith in them. I do. I'm hoping they do this right, but if there's some small chance that they don't get it right and they completely screw it up, DC Films is done. Because nobody's going to want to watch this, and everybody's going to bash the hell out of DC, and no one's going to want to see another DC film for a long time. Personally, this is the way I think it's going to go, and I know I've talked to a couple other people who are excited about this big news, and we've all pretty much agreed that this is probably what's going to happen. At least we're hoping that, Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, obviously, in Gotham City, and Lex Luthor is a billionaire in Metropolis. So, at the end of Man of Steel, Metropolis is gone, pretty much. It's not completely gone, but it's fucked up, and it's going to take a lot of rebuilding. What if Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor work together to try to rebuild Metropolis? And, because Batman and Superman, if you guys know, Batman and Superman are not friends most of the time. Most of the time, they are not friends at all. They're always battling it out. And, so, Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne are working on rebuilding Metropolis. And, Superman's there, and, he doesn't know that Bruce Wayne's Batman, and they find out Lex Luthor is really a bad guy, so pretty much Batman and Superman are fighting it out the whole movie until they find out that Lex Luthor is bad, which won't happen until towards the end of the movie. Um, then that's when Batman and Superman are going to have to kind of work together to stop Lex Luthor. That's one way they could go with it, and I think it would be a really cool idea if they did it this way. But you have to introduce Kryptonite and Man of Steel too. I've talked about this in my Man of Steel movie discussion video. You got to bring in Lex Luthor, and you got to introduce Kryptonite. Those are the two things I wanted to see from Man of Steel 2, and now Batman's been added into the mix. So yeah, you really got to make that happen. DC and Warner Brothers, Zack Snyder, everybody, if you're listening or watching, definitely do that. So yeah, I'm really excited for this movie. You know, I know a lot of fans been wanting to see this movie on screen for years, and it just didn't happen. They kept saying it's like we want to, but it's just not gonna happen. And but if they're going to announce something big like this at Comic-Con, if you're going to officially announce it, and you have the logo ready, you cannot fuck over the fans. At that point, the fans are expecting this big, epic, awesome thing, and you cannot fuck over the fans. So, you know, it tells me that they've had this set in stone, that they were going to do this for a long time, and now the big question comes up, well, who's going to be Batman? Christopher Nolan's Batman is done. Christian Bale is done playing Batman. So who's going to be Batman? Because they already have Henry Cavill coming back as Superman, because it is a Man of Steel sequel. So they already have Henry Cavill, which is a great Superman choice, by the way. And so now the big question is, well, who's going to be Batman? If Christopher Nolan's Batman is not there, who's going to be Batman? It tells me that they already have a Batman picked. They're not telling us they have a Batman picked, but they have a Batman picked. I can pretty much guarantee that. Because if you're going to announce this and set it in stone, you pretty much got it all planned out. And I'm telling you, the first draft of the script is probably done, because you wouldn't announce something big like this if you didn't have a first draft done, and if the studio didn't like it, then you wouldn't even announce it at Comic-Con. But since they did announce it, it tells me that they do have a first draft done. They are, you know, they did like this, the first draft, and they have a Batman set in stone. So this is all really exciting news. So yeah, like I said, this is the biggest news of Comic-Con, like, I think, in the history of ever. Yeah, it even beats the announcement of the Avengers movie. Batman vs Superman. It's not called Batman vs Superman. It's Man of Steel 2. But yeah, biggest news in Comic-Con history, and I'm really excited for this film. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like the idea of a Batman-Superman movie? Do you think it's going to work well in this new Zack Snyder Man of Steel universe that they're building up towards Justice League? What do you guys think? Comment below, and you know, let me know what you guys thought. Also, if you're a movie fan and you like talking about movies and you like hearing other people's thoughts about movies, subscribe to my channel. You can catch movie reviews, hoarding up videos, you know, stuff that I've, you know, like DVDs I've bought. Those are hoarding up videos. Like I said, movie reviews. If you want my thoughts on like a movie news topic, like a big movie news topic, definitely subscribe. Thumbs up these videos. Share them on Facebook or whatever, Twitter. It would be really helpful. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for today, and I'm gonna be talking about another big Comic-Con announcement in my next video. It's not as big as this, but it is a pretty big announcement. And so yeah, that's all I gotta say for right now. I'll see you guys in the next video.